Hi everybody, can somebody write in the chat and check the recording? Check that you can hear me. Hi guys, can everybody hear me? Can somebody write in the chat if they can hear me? Thank you. Excellent. Okay guys, I'm going to start in a couple of minutes. Just going to let a few more people join, okay? Hi guys, we are going to start. It's a couple of minutes past, so thank you everybody for joining. This is our weekly writing webinar for English writers. Thanks for joining, guys. So we do the same thing every week. We meet up and we discuss, we have a similar format. So this is what we are going to be doing this week. As ever, we discuss what tasks are available. And this week, I'm going to be taking a quick look back at the clinic review, which I discussed more fully in last week's webinar. And then we are going to look at ways to be a more productive writer, because obviously the more productive you are as a writer, the more money you earn. So I'm going to move on to the tasks that are available this week. So we have, if everybody or anybody thought that casinos were over and we had just finished and bingo was over, well, we are restarting the casinos, and I'm hoping as of tomorrow to have some more casino tasks up for you. So just a little bit about those. What you have been writing is 700 word tasks, which have been home pages and sub pages for the November sites. What we're actually going to do now is go back to the October sites, which have now already been built by the very talented Finnish team. So any of you guys that are looking to do batch 4, you'll be able to see what a built site looks like. And all those sites now need blogs. So there is a blog for each site, and I'm going to have 20 tasks up, hopefully, like I say, tomorrow. Those are going to be 1,000 words, give or take. So a little bit more money than the casino pages that you were doing. And I think they're a little bit easier, a little bit more interesting. You have a little bit more free reign with them. You're less constrained to keywords. So they will be up tomorrow, I hope. And we also have 25 of the new clinic reviews still in the task feed. We also have the JN sites. We still have 20 sites that need building, and you need your badge for those. So all in all, we have around about 54,000 words to write, and I want to get those done, guys, in a week. It's a goal. of mine to try and get these done. Okay, so that kind of leads on to the rest of my webinar, which is about being more productive. But I do want to quickly go back and take a look at the clinic review. Now, if you need to take a look at last week's webinar more fully, then please do. But I have been getting a couple of questions up about the new clinic reviews, so I will just cover those. So this is the new clinic review. How it looks in the preview, and the things that are different to the old one is, aside from the criteria being a little bit different, we now have 20 criteria instead of 30, and 5 sections instead of 6. But the main change is this part in the middle, which I am getting questions about still. So I thought we'd quickly go through this. So the middle part asks you to do some of the scoring yourself. So you can add bonus points and you can take away points. So, for example, in this review that I wrote, I thought it was excellent that you could get a Skype meeting. This is the sort of thing that we're looking for clinics to do now. Obviously, with the COVID crisis, we are finding that more doctors and medical professionals are resorting to Zoom and Skype, and we're hoping to see more Turkish clinics doing this. So I thought that was excellent, and I added a bonus point for that. There was also easy to find information on the homepage. Everything was there about the doctor, the hospital. There was a picture of the details of the package there. So I awarded a point for that. There was also a BBC video. Everybody knows that BBC is gold. I added a point for that. I did some research and found out that there were some excellent reviews on Trustpilot. I added another point there, and I also added an extra point because there was some information about Turkish marketing laws, and I didn't take away any bonus points. Other things that you can add and deduct points for are things like having nurses at the hotel, pre-consultational kits and vitamins, above and beyond luxury accommodation, a world-renowned surgeon, explanatory videos that show the hotel and the clinic and what it's like to arrive there, the journey of getting a hair transplant procedure, if they are getting plasma therapy included in the package, and if there are some excellent all-inclusive packages. Things that you could take away points for. Often you won't find this necessarily on the website because people are unlikely to put negative things on the website. So you might find these in Trustpilot reviews and reviews elsewhere. So things might be that there are no doctors and you suspect that they are just technicians working away at this clinic. You might find that there are unprofessional staff. It's a poor facility. There's bad service at the clinic. The hotel is poor, with poor facilities and might be dirty. Complications with transfers. Refunds being refused, deposits being taken, and people getting bad results with their hair or wonky or falling out. So those are all things that you could take points away for. So after you have done that, you need to tot up the points and come and to a score out of 25. So say, for example, you got a score which was 20 out of 25. That is equivalent to 4/5 or 0.8 as a decimal. You then times that by 5 to get a score out of 5, and you need to write that in the conclusion. In your template, you will find there is a big X saying we rated the Watson whatever clinic the X out of 5, and you need to put the correct score in there. Also, what's coming up is you need to add 2 JPEGs where it says images. And the last point that I'm getting questions about is the final question, which is, where can I find out more about your scoring system? And this is just a generic question. You just need to write a couple of sentences here. What we are hoping to have is a page on the website which explains the criteria of the scoring more fully. So just write a couple of sentences such as, we have specific criteria for what to look for in a hair transplant clinic in Istanbul. You can check out our page, which gives you all the information and the reasons behind our scoring. So that is the clinic review done. So that moves on to the next part of the webinar, which is how to be a productive writer. So everybody knows that it's Black Friday coming up. A lot of people that work on WordApp, it's not necessarily a full-time job for them. It might just be a part-time job that you do on top of another job, or it's just a part-time job for you, full stop. Whatever the reasons, we all know it's Black Friday coming up. There are going to be huge discounts coming up in a week. And so hopefully that should motivate yourself to just do it and be more productive working on WordApp. So I have put together a list, and it's not an exhaustive list at all. It's just some ideas that I thought of. I found a little bit of information on the web, asked a particular productive writer of mine what ideas she had. So like I say, at the end of this, please pop your hints and tips in the chat. So what helps you to be more productive? So I will begin with setting targets and goals. So setting a target and a goal is not thinking, oh, well, I'd like to earn a little bit of money on WordApp. That's merely a thought. It doesn't translate into a target or a goal. A target is, I would like to earn 400 euros this week, this month, because I want to buy so-and-so a lovely handbag for Christmas. I want to buy this, I want to get that, that is a target, that is a goal, and how I'm going to achieve that is by writing this many clinic reviews. So I need to do 5 clinic reviews per week. That's a target and a goal, rather than just some glib idea of, I'd like to earn a little bit more money. If you set yourself targets and think what you want to achieve, that's how you get anything in life done. Another tip is, rather than just thinking to yourself what your goal is, if you actually verbalize that and you tell somebody else about it, then you are far more likely to stick to your goal. It's called tying a rod to your back, so to speak. Here's a fun little picture that I happen to have. thought about stopping, but then noticed who was watching. This is a guy who literally has a rod tied to his back, and he's going to keep going and not stop, because he's told, well, there are other people watching. Okay, so on to point 3. Procrastination. I have the odd person in my team who likes to procrastinate, and the thing is about procrastination, you really just need to make a start, and nothing ever gets done if you don't make a start. So you may not want to do it, you may not think, you may want to do something else, but if you don't make a start in WordApp, if you don't start your task, then you're not going to finish it and you're not going to earn any money. So that moves on to the next point, which is you don't need to get it right, just get it written. So you it's not necessary to write perfectly, just start writing. Just open up WordApp, choose the task that you're going to work on and start writing. You can certainly get some words down and you can come back to editing it later, but just get on to the task in hand. So ways to work more effectively are to avoid distractions. So often, if you are writing, you might be able to write with distractions around, and that's fine. And you might even find that you write better playing music or having YouTube videos on. But often it might mean that you need to find a quiet place. You might need to go elsewhere where people aren't there. So those are all things you can do. It might be leaving the house, going to an internet cafe to work there, but just avoiding the things that are distracting you. I know that when I'm editing, I need to find a quiet place to concentrate, and that's often the case with writing, needing to find a quiet place. So when you are writing, a lot of people seem to think that it is a good idea to maybe write for 20 minutes, have a flourish, and then give yourself a break. It's whatever works for you, but consider breaks and how to work effectively. Now, for me, this is another thing I've thought of, which was timing myself to do one of these tasks. Now, we have a writer on the team that can type at 90 words a minute, and she is able to write a clinic review in half an hour. Which is really going great guns. Now, so I set myself the challenge of writing a clinic review as fast as I could. And all told, with the editing, it took me 90 minutes. The sooner you get the task done, then the sooner you can either get on to do another task and earn some more money, or go and have a break, watch a YouTube video, whatever it is, watch a film, whatever it is you do to have fun, or whatever else you need to do. But timing yourself to see how long it takes to do and how fast you can do these things is another way I thought of being more productive. So, moving on to a few more points that I came up with. It is very much a case of self-assessment, working out individually what is stopping you, what is slowing you down, and what is driving you. So obviously, what drives everybody on WordApp is money. obviously we all spend our money on different things. I don't have anybody on the team that just loves hair transplants and just wants to write about them. Everybody on the team does it for money. So once again, that's going back to the targets and goals that I already suggested. And once again, what's stopping you is probably the distractions, the people that are chatting whilst you're trying to work. For me, if I work downstairs, I have a lot of pets and cats around that are always wanting to go in, go out, things like that. So sometimes I just need to move rooms or maybe even go to the hotel next door to really concentrate and get down to work. But it's what is, you need to think to yourself, what's stopping you and what's helping you, and really work on those things. So being a little bit more specific, which will help you with the clinic reviews, is a lot of people can get a little bit confused. They don't really know what to write, and that's when you sit there with writer's block, not knowing what to write. Well, going back to the clinic reviews, it is very specific. There are questions there, which, for example, I'll flick quickly back to the clinic review. And at the start here, for example, in prices and packaging, there's quite a lot of space there to fill. And you could be sat there going, well, what am I going to write for 200 words? Well, it's very easy. Just say and stick to the script. In the prices and packaging section, we found that they scored an average 2 out of 4. We checked and looked that the hotel that's included is this hotel. They provide this, they provide that. The clinic also provides VIP transfers, but they don't do this. There isn't a price list. There aren't finance options. So stick to the script, and that will help you to write your reviews more productively. Bear with me whilst I get back to my slides. So another thing that can help you be more productive is if you have the ability to use more than one screen. So the writer that I was explaining can actually write one of these reviews in half an hour. She has 3 screens at work. So she's able to write in Word app. She can look to her right and she has the website up, and she can look to her left and she can see the details of that clinic that's already got a review written about it. So she has 3 screens at once and she's able to write very, very quickly. It might be that you have an old laptop that is very, very slow now, but you could still use that as a point of reference. So you could have that up with your website, or you might have a Chromebook or an iPad where you can, or maybe just your phone, where you can reference the website rather than having to switch from switch tabs and click on one tab and go back to the website for reference. So the more screens you can have up, the better. Now, in terms of writing both the casinos and the clinic reviews, it's always easy to write about something you know about. The more you know about hair transplants, the easier it is. And you don't necessarily have to be writing your 10th clinic review to know more about it. You could spend a very productive hour reading clinic reviews, and by that time you will find you know a lot more about hair transplant clinics, perhaps more than you'd like to, but nevertheless, the more you know about it, the more it's going to be easier for you to write quickly. Okay, so a little bit more generic here, just when you've had enough, it is writing is a lot of concentration. It's not something that you can do 10 hours solid in a day. So take a break, take a walk, have a snack, all those kinds of things, but then get back to it. When you're a freelancer working at home, you have to set your own schedule. So it's about being disciplined. It might be better to say to yourself, do you know what? I'm going to work from 10 till 12, and that's it. And I'm also going to work from 2 till 4, no distractions. And you make your mind up about doing that. Everybody out of the way, and you will find you work very productively. It might be that you have kids and other things going on, and you might just need to get up early and get an extra hour in the day, or it's quieter in the morning, but certainly getting up earlier can help you be more productive. So I feel like I've done a lot of talking. So guys, what else? What more ideas do you have? Over to you guys. Anybody in the chat got some great ideas that they can share with everybody else in the team? Yep, I have. Sorry, that's one of my cats, which is a major distraction. I'm sorry if you can hear that. Stop it. Sorry guys. So yeah, I have come up with quite a lot of ideas, but did anybody think any idea was rubbish? Any idea was good? Has anybody got any questions they would like to ask me? Does anybody do something that helps them to be productive? Are we going to have one of those where nobody speaks? Which would be a shame. Somebody write something in the chat, guys. Nothing at all? I'm waiting. Ah, we have something. Okay, thank you, Josie. Everybody loves my ideas, but nobody's got any more. You sure? I didn't think it was an exhaustive list, but maybe it was a little bit too exhaustive. So guys, who is going to, we have something. Thank you, Shervan. So guys, who's got things to buy for Black Friday and is going to be working away for me? Is everybody going to be getting busy, trying to get these 54,000 words written for me? Is that a resounding yes, guys? Are we all motivated? Are we all just going to do it? No, yes, okay. Well, I'll take that as a yes, you're all going to do it then. So guys, do drop me a Skype message, please, and try and tell me what your work output is going to be for the next week, please. So I can see what work I need to be putting up for the week after. And if nobody has any questions for me, nobody has any hints or tips, I am going to leave it for today. Okay, guys, well, thanks for joining. We had a lot more of you today. Oh, one more. How will you get your first points, George? You need to request your points if you through your email, right? You need to fill in a form. Drop me another email, George, and I'll get those points dealt. You need to fill out a form. So if you drop me an email, George, this is my email here, Claire@Wordapper. I'll say it again. There are 3 ways to write Claire. I have an I and an E, CLAIRE, Claire@wordapper.com. And there's a form you need to fill out, George. So email me. Thank you, Tracy. You're very welcome. So guys, that's it for today then. Thank you ever so much. Please do drop me a Skype message and tell me, oh, finally, it's the last one here now. Okay, no problem, George, you're welcome. Okay, guys, so I will see you next week. Drop me a note in Skype and tell me how many tasks you'll be able to get on with in the next week. Thank you ever so much, guys. Goodbye.